Well, I suspect you've just seen my new short, Where Did I Put That Watch? It's funny, isn't it? At least I assume it is. I haven't actually made it yet. And you've come here hoping to find out how I created and rigged the silly cow. If so, you're in luck. Here comes the silly cow. I'm alive, and I hold on to you. Well, hello, my name's Mark David Stallard, and welcome to I'm Alive Animation. Today I'm going to walk you through my process for creating a farmyard animal, specifically the silly cow I used in my new shorts. Now if you've not seen it, you can follow the links, you know where they are, you're not dumb. So I'm just going to get stuck in. Silly cow, here I come. As you can see, I've already got a couple of reference images. I'll be using reference images to create my cartoon cow. I know those are real cows, not cartoon cows, but I'm going to use those as reference just to help me make it look like the way we want it. A couple of things I want to point out, because we'll probably get some people in the comments pointing this out. I know the cow on the right is actually on the left is actually a bull. I know that. Enough. Thank you. This is just a basic MOHO project file. I've got a folder for the cow that I'm about to create. Just got a single vector layer in there. We'll be adding lots of those as we go. I've got a reference folder with the two images that I've selected. So what I'm going to do right off the bat is I'm going to start working on the head. Now I'm going to just take this vector layer, call it the head, and I'm just going to draw the outline of the head. So I'm just going to use my mouse button to zoom in and out, the right mouse button just to drag it around, just so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and I'm going to take this is just the basic outline of the head. Okay, and I'm going to put the nose on separately, so I'm not going to do that. And there's a loud click there. Right, so we are on. I'm just going to hold down the Alt key, and I'm just going to put these where I want. Now well, it does look like I'm tracing it, and it looks like I might just be doing a realistic looking cow. I am not. I'm just using this just to get my basic shapes where I want them. Okay, and I want to emphasize the cheekbones. There we go, and I'm just going to highlight that and create shape using the create shape tool. I'm going to leave the outlines on them. So now we've got a basic cow head. So that's just the head. I'm going to group that as a selection there, group selection, and I'm going to make this a little bit confusingly call that head as well. Now the reason I'm putting that into a separate head is I want the body. I'm going to create the body separately. That'll be in the body and the legs will be on separate layers and everything. Just make it easier to rig it and to navigate while I'm creating it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the colors for now. We'll just put the colors in at the end. I'm going to make it brown and white. So most of the cow is going to be white anyway. Right. So I'm just going to keep now moving. I want to make that big cow nose. Okay, new vector layer. I'm just going to call that nose. And I'm just going to follow that general shape here, trying to use as few points as possible because that'll make it easier in the long run. See when I start to animate. Okay, I'm just going to put this together. La la la. And I'm going to create a couple of nostrils here. Good. Right, I think we're good there. Just put them where I think they need to go. And I'm now going to create these shapes. Create shape. I've got that one which I just created. I'm going to create that shape. Now this one I am going to get rid of the stroke. I just unchecked the stroke there, and I'm going to change the color to be black, and then I'm going to highlight that nostril, copy, Control C, Control V, and I'm just going to flip horizontally using that tool, and I'm just going to line that up where I think it ought to go. Now I'm going to start cartoonizing this a bit now, because I want to make this as cartoony as possible. Here we go. Okay, we can put the head back on. Good. I'm going to change some of these lines. It's a little bit too uniform for my tastes, and I think that's just a little too pointy as well. So let's get that off, make it a little bit more natural looking. Well, there we go, a little rounder. Okay, and I'm going to do some eyes, and I'm going to try and make these eyes. Okay, going to create the top eyelid. Okay, I just realized what I'd done. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to copy that, highlight all, and I'm going to create a new vector layer, which I'm going to call eyes, and I'm going to paste that back in there again, and I'm going to back on the nose layer and clear up my mess. Here we are. So I'm just going to create that shape. Let's not forget we changed this to, here we are. Now I want to do this, make these nice big cow eyes. Here we are, we're getting that. Okay, I am going to now, this is the line width tool. Just going to take some of those lines right down to nothing. There we go. Maybe we can add these, we can change those around as we get there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the white of the eye, now I'm just going to get out of here, I'm going to add another layer. Actually, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to just create a big, huge cow eye. Create that shape. I'm going to make this, actually I'm going to make that a brown eye. Pick a line from here. I'm going to take, I'm going to take the stroke off. I'm going to put that in there. Good. Now what I want to do is I want to put that eye behind the eyelid, so I'm just going to hold down Shift, arrow down, and while I'm there as well, I want to add just a couple of highlights. So I'm going to create that shape, get rid of the stroke, and I'm going to give that white. There we go. Copy and paste that, and I don't want the highlights to be the same size, something like that. Okay, good. And I think I want to now, having seen it, I want to put in a pupil as well. And create shape, get rid of the stroke, I don't need that, I want nice black. Right, so now we've got a problem, is that now I've got the pupil over the top of the highlight. So okay, again, I'm just going to hold down Shift, arrow down, I'm going to click on the color of the eye, arrow down, and there we go, we've got a nice big cow eye. Now I'm lazy, I don't want to do that again, I'm just going to copy paste it, I'm going to flip it on the horizontal. There we go, we're getting close there. There we go. That's not bad at all. What am I missing? I think I'm going to go back to the head now, and I'm going to create some contours here now. Just going to come down here, and again I'm on the head layer, and I'm just going to do this again. I'm actually going to go underneath where the horn is, just go around the eye there, just add just a little bit of contour there. Now I'm going to click on the line I just created, and then holding down Shift, select the other points. Done. Now I'm not gonna, if I uncheck this stroke here, it will get rid of the stroke from the whole shape. I don't want that. I just want the strokes gone from the middle of the head there, because this is just a color of change of color in the fur. So I'm going to take the hide edge tool there, just going to drag that down, and I'm going to do the same thing on that line as well. Create shape, Good. And now I'm going to do some horns. I'm just going to put these both on the same layer. And the horns I want on top of the head. Again, I'm just going to make this as simple as possible as regarding number of points. Good, and then we'll create the shape. And I'm just going to play around with the color. Yeah, that'll do. Again, we can always change the colors later. Okay, I'm going to highlight all those, copy, paste, and then flip on the horizontal, and there we go. I think I might give these horns just a make them a little bit bigger. Okay, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give the horse some hair, which I'm going to go on here. Give them a bit of a fringe. And this is going to be all pretty straight. All pretty straightforward here. Just hair there. Just going to give them a little bit of randomness. And we can do something like this. Again, I'm just holding down the Alt key just to give me some of those points there. Move those Bezier handles separately, and I'm just going to do the opposite here. Have the points going down. Good. And now I'm going to create the shape. Oop. Right. There we go. Right, now I'm going to highlight the shape there, and I just want to duplicate the color here. So holding down Control, highlight the shape, Control onto the next shape, it'll pick up all of those nice contours there. I'm going to just change some of the textures of these lines because they're just way too big and bulky. Okay, that's not bad. Now I'm going to go create another vector layer which I want to put behind the head, and I'm going to give those ears. And again, I'm just going to pick on the ear. This is the one I can see. I'm just going to add the ear. It will look something like this. Again, I'm not looking for photorealism, just looking at where can I put that line. Just want to make this look like a cartoony representation of a cow. Good. Okay, undo that. Now I'm just going to select the shapes that I need. There's two shapes here I've created, and I'm going to create that one, and I want this ear here to be a little darker than the rest, and I'll have that one a little darker as well, and I'm going to hide that line. That should be good. I'll make that a bit darker. Good. Now that doesn't quite do it for me. Just gonna there we go. So it kind of hints at some hair there. Just add a little couple of points. There we go. Okay. I'm going to copy all of that, paste it, flip it on the horizontal because I don't want to do it a second time. There we go. And that's basically the cow's head. I think what is missing here is just some shading. So I am going to on top of the head, but under everything else, I'm going to just add a layer here where I can do shading. And I'm just going to do something like this. Actually, okay, so that is part of the shape I want. Well, why did it do that? Okay, well, I'm going to have to go in there and highlight that shape, get rid of the stroke. Draw all around here. No, I'm not. Now I'm going to draw all around here. Good. I want to highlight all of that so I got the hole there, create the shape. There's no stroke now. And now I want to do some masking. So let's mask this up. Which I'm actually going to do inside here. There we go. Masking. Reveal all. There we go. Right. That's funny. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, we're not going to, do not mask the ears. I want to mask the shading. I want to add the head to the mask. I want the shading to be masked. I do not want the nose to be masked, nor the eyes, nor the horns, nor the hair. Good. And I selected the wrong mask. Here we go. Hide all. There we go. Now if I preview, oh, I think my ears are, don't mask the ears, thank you. And if I preview, there we go. I think that's a pretty decent cow. Ears are a little bit bat-like, but we can change those quick enough. There we go. And I'm feeling lazy, so I'm just going to delete that ear. Paste. Flip that one over and put that one back. There we go. Okay, so that's about right. I'm done with the head, I think. So we need to do the mouth layer. I'm going to be careful here. I don't want to mask the mouth. I'm going to put the mouth behind the head. It doesn't matter if it's in front of the ears or not in this case. They won't overlap. Okay, I'm just going to put the mouth. I'm going to do a very simple mouth here, which is going to look like this. Okay, I'm going to turn that off. That's starting to get annoying, isn't it? Do not auto stroke, thank you, and do not. Yeah, we will have the auto world. Good. And then I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to draw the shapes the way I want them to appear. Okay, and now I'm going to add some teeth in. Good. Okay, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. I'm going to do that, create that shape. Now I've got to fix all my shapes here. So I want that one to be, I'll make that brown. I want the strokes on there. It's going to hide the head, I think. And the nose. Good. Just so I can see what I'm doing. And let's do the teeth. Create shape. Make that white. And then what's happening inside the mouth here is going to be black, I think. Right. Oh, actually I can make that more of a reddy pink, can't I? Because it's going to be inside the mouth. Okay. How does that look? Mouth looks a bit big. There we go. Whoops. Good. Now if I just move this, we can kind of see how that mouth's going to work then, right? and it's not really going to work. I need to just make this whole thing and move those teeth down there. Then if I move the layer, we can kind of see how that's going to work. Good. I think we're done. Now I'm just going to go on with the body, and I'll probably just fast forward through this.
There's no more need to move on. I'm living a dream, such a dream. Laying here in your arms is everything. It's really I'm alive, and I hold on to you. I'm so alive, and I'm stepping out with you. Never thought I would see the day when I belong to you. Oh, I'm alive. I'm alive, and I hold on to you. I'm so alive, and I'm stepping out with you. Never
I
thought I
think that is good enough for that. Now I'm going to start to rig it. So easy way to, what I'm going to do right away is convert the silly cow, the main, the roots folder. Going to convert that to bone, and I'm just going to add bones in now where I think they ought to be. So I'm going to have the control bone there. This is effectively, this will be every bone will be connected to this one. So I'm now going to then do the pelvis. I'm now going to draw the legs, which I'm going to probably do something like that, 1 and 2 for the legs. Hold down Alt, select the main bone again. Actually, I'm going to highlight that one. Then we're going to put the cow's legs here. Now this one goes back to the main bone, because now I want to do the whole thing right up to the shoulders. And then we can do the legs, the front legs, something like that. And then I want to do the head, which will go back to the main body there. And I'll do the head turning about there. Okay, I think we're good. Now we can start to, oh, I'm missing one thing. I'm missing the tail. So I'm just going to highlight that bone because I want this to come off of the pelvis. I'm going to hide the body so I can see what I'm doing. So we'll hide the hind leg, and I'm going to have the bone, the tail, in multiple pieces like so. Good. And we're going to start to bind the bones now. So you're going to highlight the head and bind the layer. Click on the bone I want the head on, which is that one, the near foreleg. I'm going to be using, yeah, I'm going to bind the points, I think, on the forelegs. The top of the foreleg I want on the body, bind points. The other points then can be bound to the other legs. There we are. And then we'll do this hind leg here, which will do connect to the pelvis bone. Other points will be connecting to the upper leg bone there, or the thigh, I guess. These legs aren't going to move too much. They're just going to just sway a little bit. And the body I want to be bound there. And here. The tail I'm going to leave as is. The hind leg, which is the far hind leg, I should have put that on there. We're going to do basically the same thing as we did with the other leg. Okay. Now what I need to do here is just take the bone strength off of all of the bones. I'll take them all, just highlight them all. With the exception of the tail. I want to put the tail back. And then we can test it. Is this going to look good? Head moves, good. We've got the whole body will move there, that's good. Okay. Oh, I missed the foreleg there, we can fix that in a second. Okay, we've got the leg here, that bends nicely, that bends nicely there, and the tail looks pretty good. Good, we'll get the foreleg bound properly here. The far foreleg, here we go, right, good. Okay, so now I'm going to animate the head. We've got some, I'm going to convert that to a bone layer as well. And I'm going to put a bone. I think we'll put the bone right here. All we're going to do is we're going to parent everything to this bone. I will actually end up hiding that bone, but I just want to put I just need a way, something for that parent to. Right, so I've got the ear on there. I'm going to Alt click on the head bone there, the main one, get the ears on there. And what I want to do now for the mouth is, I'm just going to Alt click away so nothing's highlighted. I want to give that mouth a bone. So in this particular one, I'm just going to go parent that one on there. And what this will let me do, whoops. Going to get rid of all of these. Good, and then that'll let me control the mouth. Right. So, I'm going to make a slight change on that one. I'm going to release the points, all the binding on that. I think what I need to do is actually bind this one. So I'm going to click the head bone, highlight just those top two, bind those points. We'll highlight that bone, and then we'll bind those points as well, and then we'll play around. There you go. There you are. Now you got a little bit more of a mouth feel to it. Good. The eyes. So I need to get the ears. We'll do the same thing. Just point bind it. Actually, I don't think. No, actually, no. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to bind all of it to the same bone because I don't think we're going to see. Good. And then if I do that, oop. There we go. There's a little bit of bone strength on there just to screw me up there. Yeah. Good. And we've got the mouth, and I just want the eyes. And what I want to do with the eye bone here is, this is an eye. I'm going to make a small bone dial. I'm just going to call this eyes. The eyes are not going to move side to side, but I do want them to close, to blink and go big. So that's all I'm going to do here. We'll go to the eyes, which are there. And I'm going to go to, I like to have my control bones on the 120 frames just to make it easier to look at. Now I'm going to go here to the eye. I'm going to make this eye as big as I can. Here we are. So just the eyelid. Okay, and I want to see, is that going to look nice? Good. And I want to get make an eye. There we go, good. And I want to make that eye as big as I can as well. And I'm just going to move these highlights. I don't want the highlights to change shape or size. There we go. Then we can go here. And you've probably already seen the short, so you know why I wanted to do that. Just going to make these linear. And now I'm going to duplicate the same with this one. I don't think I need to be as careful, do I? There we go. Yep. And I'm just going to move those over a little bit. We can do that. Whoa, there we go. Good. I'm finding that one a little bit distracting. There we go. And I think that is it. Good. I'm just going to do the one more. We're going to make him blink. And that really just means I'm going to get the eyelid down to there, eyelid up to there. Whoops. Click on the right points. It would be helpful. Good. Right. Yeah, I can see some of these are smooth interpolations. So I'm going to switch those back. Now we can go there. Right, we've got the blinking. That's good. We'll do the same thing here. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. So I think the only other thing I want to do is get a little bit of squash and stretch on the whole head. Yep. That looks a bit odd. Why don't these... Oh, I know why. I know why they don't close. It's because I did this. I moved those bones. I could put some eyelashes on there to be the typical cartoon cat, but I think we'll leave that for now. And the only other thing I would like to do is some squash and stretch bones. So I'm just going to quickly do squash and stretch here for the head. There we go. And I'm going to kill the bone strength on that one. I'm going to make this a smart bone dial, and what I should have done to start with is change that to 120. Good. And then I'm just going to take the head bone okay, I'm going to back out of that. So right from going to frame 0, I want to take the origin tool here, put that right in the middle of the head. And we should still be in this head squash and stretch 1. Right, so he's moving down. Now what we've got the problem here is, make that linear, is the squash and stretch is not doing the way I want it. Right, there we go. We'll just do it this way. We'll do it manually. I was going to get the bone strengths. There we go. Good. And then we're going to do the other head squash and stretch, which will make it long and thin. Okay. How does that look? Oop. Good. Now I could decide to do a squash and stretch on the rest of the cow. I'm going to deal with that when I do the animation. Ah, I almost forgot. This is a cow, not a bull. So we've got to draw the udders in. So what I am actually going to do then is very quickly add an extra vector layer in front of the body, but behind the near hind leg. And I'm just going to call that udder. And I'm just going to hide, I need to hide the far leg, far hind leg, and the near leg as well. There we go, right. And I'm just going to throw in some udders, so really quickly. There we go. I'm just going to put a generic shape in there and create shape. I'm not going to worry about the color at them. Actually, I will. We'll just make that a little darker, just because it's going to be it will be behind the body. I'll have to move that in a second. Okay, so that's good. Then I'm going to add the, I guess the teats is what they're called. As you can tell, I'm not really a vet, despite the fact that I've drawn myself that way. Now I'm just going to do one of these, as we don't really care too much how realistic it is. Actually, I'm just going to make that a single color there. Right, I'm going to show that layer again. And I'm going to do something like that. Just take that, that was the hide edge tool. And I just hide the edge, and I'm going to put that on the end there, and I'm going to change that color, which I will make probably a, there we go, a little pink there. And then, because we've got multiple teats on there, I'm just going to copy and paste. There we go, that one's going to go there. Oops. Be careful what you're doing. Whoops, I want to do something like that. And one more, copy, paste. And I'm going to put that one there, make that smaller, because that's it's behind. And then I'm actually going to push that one, hold down shift, and that'll push that behind the shape. I'll push that shape right to the very back. Now I want to put these udders where it makes sense. Now, do I just simply move it behind the body? Oh yeah, there we go. I think we've got it. And that's it. That's the last thing we need to do, which is make sure everything's there. Good. I'm just going to render that, file, preview, and there she is. So the cow is complete. Quick, easy. I could make some effort to add some shading in. I could color in the hooves maybe, although I think the colors, I'm happy with what we got for what I need it to do. This is going to do it just fine. Okay, so that's kind of about it. Not spending too much time on it. I will no doubt tweak it when I start to do the animation, get it to move slightly differently maybe. You already know because you've already seen it, but I haven't. I can't wait to finish this so I can see how funny it really is. If you found this useful, found this helpful, like, subscribe and all that other stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. And remember, if you can imagine it, you can bring it to life.
Oh, I'm alive.